Why don't we let Buzzard Beak take a walk and you stay here with me? What do you want?
Hey, you want to sit? You can always go.
You don't want everybody to turn their TV off, do you?
We have talked a moment ago. We were discussing, Dave and I were talking off there about the defenses that Lawler has and has had of his world heavyweight title. I think that a lot of people are interested. I'm trying to get around to it, to saying the particular bout that we are going to show right now was not a world heavyweight title. You have, I know, had an impressive win over Bobo Brazil in defense of your title, and several others, as a matter of fact. But let's talk about one coming up right now. Dick the Bruiser, you wanted to fight. By golly, here was a fight. And I got to say that this was a non-title bout. Between Jerry the King Lawler and Dick the Bruiser, the international street fighter.
Well, he turned out to be Dick the Loser when I got through with him, right?
Yes.
You see, you've heard in football, they always have a game plan, right? Well, you have the same thing in wrestling. You know, when you find out who your opponent's going to be, you got to take a little time, you got to sit down, evaluate the situation, and decide what your strategy is going to be for that match. Well, my strategy for Dick the Bruiser was simple. That was beat him at his own game. Now, he talks about he's a street fighter and a brawler. Well, let me tell you something. You're listening to the best of the street fighters and brawlers in King, baby. Don't ever let anybody tell you any different, Lance Russell. Now, Dick the Bruiser, see, he really thinks, now here's where I'm outsmarting him. He really thinks he's got me in a bad way. But the problem with Dick the Bruiser is, well, I'm almost hesitant to say it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. He has had his day. He's seen his better days. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? He's almost in your category, Lance. You know, Dick the Bruiser was at one time probably a really tough, mean, street-fighting, bad-news wrestler. Yeah.
I thought your talking days were over with right then and there.
And that's what Bruiser thinks, too. Look at him. He is trying everything in the book, and I knew he would do this. This is where I'm telling you my strategy comes in. I knew that Dick the Bruiser would hit me with chairs. I knew he'd run my head in the turnbuckles. I knew he'd try to choke me with ropes just like he's doing there. I knew he'd hit my head in the bells, and watch the prophecy come true. Look at that. He'd run my head in the bell. I knew he'd do all these things, and so I said to myself, let him do it, because there's no way on earth that Dick the Bruiser can hurt me. All he's going to do is wear his old feeble self down, and that's exactly what happened. You see Dick the Bruiser expending every little ounce of energy that he has in that old decrepit body of his. He's using, look at this chair. Look, that would knock out a weaker man, but not the King. No, sir, I get right back in the ring, and I'm ready for Dick the Bruiser now.
But this
Look, he can hardly get through the ropes, Russell. He's so tired. He's done everything in the book to me.
Will you let me
He can barely get in the ring. Look at him now. He's stalling for time. He's asking the people, what can I do to him next? I've done everything. How can I beat this man?
This is the first no disqualification match that you ever had with Dick the Bruiser in there.
That's right. Look, I told Jimmy, just come in, kind of get his attention a little bit.
Yep.
That's all right. It's a no disqualification. Dick the Bruiser asked for it to be no disqualification.
That's right.
He said anything goes, and I said that's right down my alley. And baby, something's fixing to go, and it's Dick the Bruiser's head. Here it goes, right here. Hello, Dickie boy. Boom. Good night. Turn out the lights. It's all over now. The King is on top. 1, 2, 3. So much for Dick the Bruiser. He did just like I said he would. He'd be Dick the Loser. Now, Lance Russell.
Now, right there is a situation with Lawler's hand up in the air, but
what?
There was a reversal of the decision by the referee.
That was the funniest thing I've seen in a week or two. You, Lance Russell, stand there, boy, you couldn't wait to grab that microphone and say, oh, the referee's reversed the decision. Dick the Bruiser's the winner. But you, with that airhead of yours, had forgot, just like Dick the Bruiser had, that he asked for no disqualification. So you cannot reverse a decision when there's no disqualification. I brought that to everyone's attention, and was the next day after this film was viewed, was once again declared the winner of the match. Now, is that true or not?
That is, as a matter of fact, true.
Look at Lance Russell. He hates it, boy. You hate it, don't you?
Okay.
You hate it.
Yeah.
I'm the greatest. That's a simple fact. I am the greatest wrestler there's ever been. You are jealous. All the rest of the idiots out there are jealous. Only problem. That's what it boils down to.
Get out of here. Okay, that's it. Jerry the King Lawler, the world heavyweight champion. We got more wrestling action. Coming up, and we'll be to it in just a moment.
left of your screen, Wayne Ferris, Larry Latham, Buddy Wayne, and Ken Wayne. On the right of your screen, at a total of 868 pounds, Hector Guerrero, Coco Ware, Steve Regal, and Larry Harden.
Yeah, we had one change there, Dave. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that was one we did not know about. Jerry Bryant, who was originally scheduled in that spot, is not there. Larry Harden will be the fourth man on that side of the ring. 8-man expiration of time match. We're ready. Bill time. Here we go, Davey.
It's a ring full, no doubt about it. There are only two of them in there right now. That's the way it's supposed to be. Let's hope it stays that way. It's Regal against Wayne Ferris. Ferris over to the corner, tags his tag team partner, Larry Latham. Latham greeted by Steve Regal. He's put on the mat a couple of times. Latham backs to the corner. Steve Regal waiting. Back to center ring. Regal with a side headlock. Wayne Ferris with a D. Yeah, how about that, Wayne? Ferris with a knee plate. Latham fired Steve Regal right into it. We're now 1 minute into the action. Steve Regal against Ken Wayne. Ken in after the tag by Larry Latham. Regal off the ropes.